What's up, everybody? It's the TheChilledScrub, and coming again with another video, another workout video. I just want to have a chat with you guys, and I just want to talk about how I see there's a lot of cognitive dissonance in men in this generation. This video is going to be a little bit personal, as I'm going to be going over my own experiences in my life and how I can relate to a lot of the struggles that are going on right now currently. So to start off, I come from a two-parent household at the start. My parents got separated in my early teenage years, my adolescent years, and things took a turn from there. A lot of boys grow up having hostility towards their parents or hostility towards their father, especially men, black men, because they get fed a lot of nonsense from women. Their mother holds hatred and resentment towards the father. The father's not in the child's life, and there's nothing but women in the household. Now, the reason why I'm being personal, because I don't like for me to sit here or try to give advice or anything like that, or just talk down to people and say, well, society's fucked up and blah blah blah, and I can't relate to you. So I want to make sure everybody understands that I've been there. So I was the one that had, growing up, I didn't have a lot of friends. I didn't get a lot of hoes like that. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I didn't get a lot of hoes like that, and it's cool. It's cool. Throughout my teenage years, I was angry. Like a lot of these teenagers now, I was so angry. I was so mad. Like, why couldn't I get the females? Why couldn't I get the nice clothes? Why didn't I have the nice cars? Why I didn't have this? Why I didn't have that? And like a lot of teenagers today, and a lot of people in their early 20s, I resorted to video games. I resorted to porn. Everything that I denounce in my videos, or everything that I've denounced in my previous videos, I've been there. And I would like to say this video is more of a cautionary tale than anything, to stay away from these things. It took me until my late 20s to really understand who I am as a man and what I wanted to do. The cognitive dissonance when it comes to a man is the fact that when he looks around and he sees what's actually going on, and then he looks around at what people tells him, it just doesn't compute. A lot of men, they grow up just like I grew up, and they hear, well, work hard for women, treat women like this, be a man of your word, so forth and so forth. And there's nothing wrong with having those great qualities, but a lot of men are walking around and looking, and they're saying, I'm doing all this for what? For society to tell me that I'm going to work a 9 to 5 and die, for women to disrespect me outright for no apparent reason, because I can't fit the mold of these immaculate standards that a lot of women have. And a lot of men are either angry and upset about it. A lot of men just shut down. A lot of men are just sad and lonely. And I was there. I've been there. I've done that. But even as I am now at 28 years old, I still have dissonance. The only thing is I have a bit more clarity, because I understand that I have to walk my own path, and that's not a path that anybody can walk for me. But a lot of men are misguided. A lot of society and a lot of things that women tell men to do, it goes against their primal nature. If you look at the school system and the education system, it beats the competitiveness out of men. It's all work together, kumbaya. That's not how men work. We're competitive by nature. A lot of things that, like, we like to get rough. We like to do things. We like to be physical. If you look at how a lot of men are being raised from child rearing years, that's beat out of them. A lot of men, especially in single parent households like I've been, they've been told to shut up, be quiet, don't think, and when you got people like Andrew Tate, Sneeko, R.I.P. Kevin Samuels, Tommy Sotomayor, even though he's got counseled several times, and these people have always told men to think for themselves, in a society that tells you don't think for yourself, well, of course it's going to be a problem. Now, what I'm saying can be applied to both genders, but I'm a man, so I want to speak for men. I just find it crazy. And then once they graduate from the school system, right, they spent 12 years of their life going to school for 8 hours a day, and then they're not getting women, they're not getting any kind of stimulus, any kind of emotional stimulus from women. you know, the household is trash. Then they they resort to video games, or they resort to porn or whatever, and it fucks them up, and then it becomes a mental addiction or an emotional addiction. And I realized that a lot of people don't want to talk about the behavior, and a lot of people, believe it or not, are scared to admit that they are one of those people. Me personally, I am not. I used to be there, you know. I don't want to sit here and preach to you, do the cliche thing of just go to the gym and work out and you will be that guy or whatever. No, it's not for everybody, you know. It's a step in the right direction, but it's not for everybody. But the thing that always gets me is when I look at society and I look at men, especially the younger ones now, the roles are reversed. And as I said in one of my other videos that nobody's happy, I truly mean what I say. Well, we all know if men are weak, society crumbles, right? And the question I'll pose is, well, at what point does society realize it's going to bite itself in the ass? If all the men are weak and all the women are so-called strong, but men are naturally stronger than women, at what point do they realize that, hey, this is a little bit too far? I understand that society wants to keep men docile enough to just keep working and keep feeding into the system and be a cog in the machine. I get that, right? And people like Andrew Tate, myself personally, I don't want men to do that, you know. I'm not saying that everybody's going to be a millionaire, but I just encourage everybody to think for themselves, you know. And as this video progresses, I realize that men are not allowed to think for themselves, and they have this dissonance because everything that they want to do, you know, every idea that they have, a lot of men can attest to this, it gets shut down immediately, you know. It's crazy. You know, when I look back, when I have conversations with my dad, a lot of the things that he told me, you know, growing up, I kind of I took it for granted, you know. I thought he was wrong because I was programmed by feminist ideology and black mother this and black mom that. And I don't hate my mom. I love my mom. I still talk to my mom to this day. But as I grow older and I come into my age in my late 30s, my late 20s and my early 30s, I realized that everything that he said was true. His wording was way off, but everything that he said was true. And a lot of men are looking towards these figures like Andrew Tate, etc. They are looking towards these guys as a masculine role model because there are none. And going back to the whole council culture thing, if it keeps getting shut down, well, that's going to even bring more cognitive dissonance or, you know, ambiguity to the situation because, well, on one hand, you're telling us, well, to be simps and do this, that, and the third, and women are telling you to be simps and society's telling you to be simps. And then you have a man that comes around and tell you this is not the way to be, or multiple men or the red pill to tell you this is not the way to be. And then the moment that the voice gets too loud, you shut it down without debunking the argument whatsoever, you know. And a lot of men get they have so much vitriol by the end of it, they just hate women altogether. And I'm not telling any man to do that. By all means, love a woman, but find you a decent one, do a proper vetting process. Come to your own conclusions, you know. You don't have to be in this situation where you have to overthink everything. Life isn't out to get you. Just find your own answers to life. Do what makes you happy, you know, rather that be with a woman or not. You don't have to bend to everything that society tells you. It's a really simple video. I just wanted to have a talk with you guys, and I want a lot of people to understand, a lot of these young dudes that's out here or people my age, I've been there and I've done that, you know. And I'm glad to be in a place where I am now mentally. I've never felt better mentally than I have right now. So, and hopefully as years to come, I feel even better. But as far as the video, guys, that's it for me. If you want to see more, please like, comment, subscribe, and please share. You know, that'll be great. That'll go great for the algorithm, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.